Hello everyone, and welcome to Gwent the Witcher card game. This should be the last video that comes up before I start my streaming channel of this, so let me know if you're interested in this or content like this. For this chapter, I'm going to introduce you to the best deck currently in the meta, in my opinion. This is the Alchemy deck. In Gwent, you are playing to constantly get an edge up on your opponent, and this deck does that to a surprisingly efficient degree because of this card right here. To the right, you see that it deals. To the right, you see that it deals 1 damage for each Alchemy card in your starting deck. I have 10. An average card is about 12 points of value. I would say that this one, being 15, shows the obvious advantage there. The Vicovaro Novice shows less noticeable amount of value, but the minimum that it's going to grant is a Swallow, which is plus 10, making it equal to an average card. But with cards like Ointment, they'll be able to revive Viper Witchers, giving a 17 points of value. This combined with all of these cards that provide a surprising amount of value through random draw at the top, the ability to empower your cards early on, the ability to choose what card is at the top of your deck for any situation, and the ability to revive your leader, who looks at the top 3 card, who is basically a plus 5 points on whatever your standard turn is. Makes this a powerhouse of a deck. Cahir in particular, when combined with John Calvite, tends to revive Vilgefortz, which you can control because you'll be going through this deck, cycling it through, using the Vicovaro Novices, and that will allow the John Calvite, who has been revived by Cahir, to get Vilgefortz into a 37-point finisher combo sometimes more, sometimes less. It's actually probably closer to a 28, 29 most of the time, but it's still the strongest finisher in the game after a long assault with all of these cards. So let's get into a game right now. One thing to mention, my deck runs Joachim de Wet in order to get a strong card. That's because I would like to get a Seer more often and consistently in order to cycle Roach back into the deck, which can be summoned every time a gold comes into play. So I like to abuse Roach twice with a Seer, and I like to use Joachim to enable that. A standard inclusion in the deck is Guardian, which puts a 6-point unit on top of your opponent's deck. It's usually pretty okay to use this in the 3rd round if you're using a Guardian. And then Vilgefortz to enable his Truce ability to destroy any enemy you want. If it's worth giving your opponent 6 points of card to kill their opponent, say if they have like a 22-point Sirinova or some other gigantic monster, then putting a 6-point unit on top is easily worth it to enable that ability. Anyways, let's get into a game. Alright, we're fighting a Brewer. So Brewer is uncommon in this meta, but I'm going to bet that it's either a Shoop or a hand control. If it's Shoop, then we're going to have a bit of trouble because he's going to compete in the first couple turns with us in order to try and win round 1. And in the end round, he'll pull out a end combo, the second strongest in the game after ours, and with more consistency. So we'll see how that works out for him. But for now, it looks like we have a pretty strong opener. Not the strongest that we could hope for. I would actually have preferred another gold, such as Vesemir, but maybe we'll pull that out with John Calvite. Oh, I should have got rid of one of the silvers here, because if I happened to draw Vesemir, I would have been able to use either Mandrake or Expired Ale on it. But we don't have that option now, so now we have to decide what to do, and Stefan's Glen is a great opener. Stefan's Glen allows me to put whatever on the top of my deck. With that in mind, I actually could have placed Vesemir at the top of the deck and guaranteed that I was going to get him with my leader, and then empowered my leader and gotten much stronger from there. I'm actually still going to do that, but I'm not going to intentionally pull him out with my leader this turn. Yep, 14 points. Let's see what Brewer does. I actually probably should have dry passed there because Brewer has a hard time if he doesn't play his Spy now. If it's a traditional Brewer deck, which it might not be. No, it looks like it's either a hand buff deck or a Shoop deck. Both are still possible with that. I'm worried that it's a Shoop deck now, and I'll play accordingly. Let's see what I can do with this. Right now I'm just keeping up with tempo, just playing the highest value that I can every turn. He doesn't have a strong enough creature to enable my Viper Witchers very much, although I would like to enable them as soon as possible. Oh, the inclusion of Recon in the deck. I could actually replace this with another Swallow in order to empower my Viper Witchers, but I like to thin my deck just a little bit more. Okay, so it looks like... So, he could run a Shoop deck with the Elven Swordsmaster, and I'm starting to suspect that that's what he's doing, because if it's not a Shoop deck, if it's actually a hand buff deck, this would be the card to hand buff and save until the end of the game. Since he threw it down so early, I'm actually suspecting that this is indeed a Shoop deck. But let's find out. Let's keep playing. I'm making Stefan Skelen a little too strong now. I'm enabling his Shiru, or another card of that nature, in order to kill him. Yeah, this is almost definitely a Shoop deck at this point. A hand buff deck wouldn't run a Panther, and it's one of the only removal cards for a Shoop deck. Since I actually run Shoop as a specialty, I'm very familiar with this card lineup. So now I'm going to proceed under the assumption that I am, in fact, fighting a Shoop deck. In which case, he's trying to whittle me down as much as he can. He can actually generate quite a lot of value, about 21 points without using his Shoop. And he can get... Ooh, he can do that pretty consistently every turn, if his deck is built right. I'm not sure if his deck is, actually. With these cards, he might be a traditional Shoop deck, which I actually think is worse than my version of the Shoop deck. But that's obvious, or else I would run the traditional. That's actually not true. I'd probably run my own version just to be original. Okay, he's setting up for a Teruvial, almost certainly, with this lineup. So, with that in mind, I want to... There's plenty of cards that he can play in order to get to 21 points. Probably the number one that he can use, that he actually wants to use, is Barclay. That can easily generate, with the cards in his hand, 6. If he's playing a traditional Shoot deck, that's 6, 16. That would be 21, I think. Do I want to keep playing? Or do I want to pass? He chose to kill the Roach because he knew I could buff it. I'm going to play a Viper Witcher because I want to revive them later. This is only an 11 point card. This is very weak for me. 23. 6 point increase. He's keeping consistent at 12. And he's keeping 4 up. Really wish I had thrown away that Mandrake. I could have used it right now to great effect. The mulligan phase actually failed quite spectacularly. But that's okay. I think that we'll still do fine. It's only a rank 15 opponent. Oh. That's not good. That was a poor choice on my part. Now there's a good chance he can get ahead. Yep. There's Teruvial. I should have passed to avoid this. I should have known that that was the case. That was actually the most common result that came from playing Vicovara Novice. So I should have expected it. Oh well. Let's empower my character. I'm now winning by 3 points. This card is worth 14 points. And now he's enabling his Brewer. Yep. That's what I was expecting. Now, is he traditional or is he Dwarf? Looks like Dwarf. He wouldn't be targeting his own units unless he was a Dwarf deck. Yep. Yeah, the traditional uses Cleaver instead, and they only use Cleaver as their Dwarf. So now I can actually use Expired Ale for 12 points, but... Hello, cat. How are you doing? I think I'm going to pass. The cat seems to quite like the table right now. So, he's going to get out on even, and that's terrible for me. And that was pretty much all on Vicovara Novice, and the fact that I don't have... That was actually the cat who passed, not me. So, I guess my decision has been made. Hello, kitty. I guess you are the Gwent master. I'm out on even, and if I make poor decisions, know that it is because the cat is in front of my screen and hitting random buttons on my keyboard. Hello, little kitty. Oh, I can't block you off because my door is busted. But you're amazing, little Rasha. Oh god, I have to mulligan. Oh god, I only have 10 seconds. Oh my god. Okay. So, we're in a position which is, how you say, boned. Okay, he played a spy there. And he is trying to take advantage of he's obviously trying to take advantage of getting a card up on us. I'm going to hope that I can draw one here. I actually need to get rid of him anyways, more or less. Yes, okay. My own spy is here, and now I'm up by 5. I might actually be able to win and get rid of his card advantage. Okay. I can fight this. 17. So, if I use a Mandrake with him, I will have 11 plus 6 plus 3. So that would be 20. I will be ahead by... Kitty! Kitty, you're the best! I love you! But this is really annoying, I'm sorry. Okay, okay. I'm just gonna do it. Kitty, you really wanted to... oh no! No, 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 no! Don't hit the keyboard! No, God, no! I'm a Gwent Grandmaster. Oh no, don't mess with the microphone! Stop messing with the pop filter! Oh god! Why would you do this? Okay, now that the cat has gotten completely in my... oh no! No, 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 no! Don't sit in front of the visual! No! God, Kitty, I can't fight this way! Grandmaster... love you. I love you, little kitty. You are the most annoying little cat sometimes. You're the best. Oh, hello. Oh no. No, kitty. Ah. Oh, if you all can see what's happening right now, I actually have to move it out of the way. She's in my face. Oh, good little kitty. Who's the little murderess? If you all hear weird noises, it's because the cat has decided that the microphone is the best place to oh god! Is the best place to, jump on my face. Hello, kitty! Kitty, I need you to move. I need to do stuff right now. Sorry. Who should I remove? I think I should remove him, which means whoever I just targeted, I stand by that decision. Yes, this was a good decision. Okay. So that's going to damage them by 2. Should I actually use Vilga? So he's trying to push me out in round 1. And he's staying all in one row to stop my Alchemy, which my Expired Ale, which I totally have. And I'm trying to get rid of this cat. Okay. I'm gonna Vilgaforce that explosion as soon as I can see the thing. Okay, okay, got it. Got it. Okay. Oh, somehow did it. Whew. Okay, okay, cat. We succeeded. We have not died in round 2, despite your best efforts. Oh, kitty, kitty. You know, if I am doing pro tournaments and this is what's coming up, I'm gonna have to turn on the camera. Oh, I got super lucky. Yeah, so I'm not gonna need this Expired Ale. I imagine that the opponent is already playing around it. Oh, if I draw Joaquin, that would be the worst thing to do. Yeah, so I have a 1 in 3 chance of being terrible. So I'm just going to do this, I guess. So, I already mentioned that I want to get... Oh, how are you doing? I already mentioned that I wanted to get Roach back in the deck. But now the second... what to do with the second is harder. So obviously I'd prefer to have an ointment or something. I could actually thin my deck almost entirely if I didn't draw the way I did, or if I had been able to focus on what I was doing, I probably would have been able to control it. Hello Kitty, thank you for remaining so still in round 3. This is actually the most important round. So I've chosen to put the spy back in. Oh god, you're the enemy, so oh no, please don't unplug the monitor. Please don't unplug the monitor. If I could knock, I might pull you off the table, Kitty. If you keep doing this, oh no, I can't. My opponent's doing something. I hope the timer isn't going down. Okay, a glass. Cool. That's neat, I guess. I'm cool with that. So you're up by 3. I guess I'm okay with that. Huh. So, his last 2 cards should be... So he's already used... He hasn't used Hattori yet, so his last 2 cards are probably Hattori and Shoop. Can I beat Hattori and Shoop? I think the Expired Ale actually might murder me. Hey little murderess. But I have to try. I have to hope that he plays inefficiently, and that I somehow manage to come out ahead because of that. Oh, okay. Okay. You're the best murderess. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. So he's probably going to win at this point because of that Expired Ale. I can't think of anything that really I can do to stop him from just playing on 1 row. And that means that I'm only going to deal 6 damage. And as you can see now, if I had thrown that away, I probably would have drawn Joaquin DeWitt. This is actually one of the cases where Guardian would be 100% better, because I would have just won outright. So if his last card is Hattori, I will straight up lose. There's nothing I can do about it. But last card is Expired Ale. Let's see what happens. With his last card, he's probably going to win. He has passed. That indicates that he had not enough points to win. And we managed to eke out a victory, probably because of our cat. Good job, Rasha. You won that one. You passed at the right time. You stood on the keyboard, and you made it all go. And you're just so cute and pretty. Now I'm going to get you off the table, because you're going to kill me if I keep it up. Oh, and hey, look. You actually managed to get to rank 15. Cat is rank 15. Oh, yeah. Katie is rank 15. Did you know that a cat influenced the art decision of this game? Someone saw a cat picture and they're like, we want the premium cards to look like a 3D art picture. I'll show you all of some right now. Like, if you look at this card right here, hold on. If you look at this card right here, oh no, probably this one's a better example. This card right here, this was influenced by a cat. Really reminds you of a cat, doesn't it? Yeah. I thought so. See you.